kvCORE is one of the most powerful CRMs in the real estate space today. So this means that if you're watching this video right now, you're either thinking about getting kvCORE or you already have kvCORE and want to get a jump start on using this amazing CRM. So I'm super excited for you because if you leverage kvCORE with the strategies that I share in this video, you're gonna be doing a huge impact to your business. Hey, it's Jaime. If you're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so here we are in kvCORE. Let's begin. We're gonna start at the top right, and then we're gonna go to my profile. This part is very important that you fill out as quickly as possible because whenever you set up your kvCORE account or the kvCORE people set up your kvCORE account, your website, your emails, your any form of communication that you send outward or that the customer sees or client sees, you're missing an opportunity to communicate with them however you want. So you want to make sure that you have your picture, you have your contact information, more about yourself and all that fun stuff. So you're going to go here, you're going to go to edit, update your image, update anything that you want to share about yourself, license, social media handles, your signature, credentials, background, anything that you want to include, you absolutely want to include. And then right here, include email signature on all outgoing mail. For me, I don't have that on, but that might be important to you. So make sure that you toggle that switch on. So every time that you send out an email, it's already programmed in there. And then on the top, depending on how you're set up, some of you are going to already have lenders embedded in there. Some of you are part of a team, so you're going to have team members there, offices, websites, phone. So if you're part of a large brokerages like I am with EXP, which kvCORE is included at EXP, so it's not something you have to pay additional for. Out in the open market, you're talking about spending hundreds of dollars for kvCORE. So there's a drastic change in being with the brokerage that covers the cost and having to go out and get kvCORE on your own. So the reason that I make that note is because if you're part of a larger brokerage, then offices and teams, that's going to be more heavily utilized. If you're using kvCORE as an individual agent, congratulations, you're investing quite heavily in having a powerful CRM. But for you, there's not going to be much that you do up here. So we're not going to worry about that all that much. But what we are going to do is we're going to go to settings real quick. And you see the lead privacy. So make contacts private, hide contacts from teams. So again, this goes back to having a larger team or a larger brokerage. It'll give you some flexibility on what you want to show, what you don't want to show. Lead routing. So whenever you go on vacation, you toggle that on. Status is to receive calls. Auto create calls each day. Create calls. So this is, when it says daily call action, you're going to see that at work over on the dashboard. So this is what is being created or auto-generated, a way to keep building the momentum. And these are just defaults. So we're not going to go through every single item here. Just want to show you where you can go to set up certain actions. I'm not going to read every single thing because that's not going to be the best use of our time. I'm just navigating through what you absolutely want to look at and how to edit it. So here we go at holidays, all the holidays that you want to send notifications on. So I would turn that on. So this is, again, we're up here. And then you have all of this basically right through there. So you're just going to go to my profile. The most important thing is setting up your profile. And then you have here recent activities. You're going to have some notifications. So whenever you create tasks, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a little bit. Whenever you sync your email up, this is where you would go to do it. You just go right here. Then you go to Google settings and you set that up. And then quick actions. So if you want to add a contact, add a call, add a note, add tasks, send email, blog post. So these are just quick actions. When you come in here, you just have a great conversation with a lead. They're not in your CRM. Just go to quick actions, add a contact, and then you put in as much information as you possibly can. First name, last name, email, cell phone. If you can email them, call them, or text them, I generally highlight all of those. Categorize them by type, by status, source, owner, so you see everything that is added right there. And I'll show you what each profile looks like once we get going. So that's the top of kvCORE on top right, more of your quick actions. And then up here, if you're gonna look for anybody, whether that's you got a phone call, you're on the spot, you're trying to remember when you spoke to this person last, so you just go up here and start searching for your lead. All right, so when we go to dashboard, you're gonna have several different things. So as I was mentioning on the calls, when it says calls, it's more of a task. Like, hey, make these calls. So over here you have the task up here as well. So you have the summary of the calls that you need to make. And something that is pretty cool is you have the activity of the leads that are already in your CRM. So if somebody responds to your text, somebody opens your emails, somebody looks at properties that you sent them, you have the visibility right here. So it's going to continue to download. There we go, all that fun stuff. So you see the activity of the leads that come in. And I know this looks a little bit jumbled up, so what I like to do is if I am sending properties out en masse or just to a lot of people that are active, you can select properties and it's going to only show you notifications of people that open up a property. So if you want to look only for, let's just say, new emails, so whenever emails come in from your database or new text, you can select it by or filter it by action type. So that's a great thing to have instead of seeing everything all at once. So you see all activity kind of gets jumbled up. All right, so this is a dashboard. This is just a quick look at your business. Now we're going to go to Smart CRM. This is where all of your leads are warehoused. Now you see here you have a lot of the columns. You can actually adjust the columns. If you have multiple agents in your office, then you would toggle that on just to see who owns that. Hey, one quick second, I'll let you get right back to kvCORE, but I need to ask for one small favor. Would you mind going down to the bottom of this video and smashing like? Thanks. You see all the different, you have a lender, you have capture method, all these different columns, so you can add or decrease the amount of columns that you have right here. It just depends on how you want to run your business. Now, one important thing that I want to draw your attention to is the search bar up here. So again, it's a quick way to find some leads, but also highlight as many leads as you want right here, just with this little toggle or this little checkbox, and then you can send emails en masse. It is that quick. It is that quick and easy. So you see 20 contacts selected. If you have a template that you like to send out, you can just select it right here, and then you edit the subject line, include your signature, and boom, you've sent it off. So that is a great little quick tip. So you can send out emails en masse. Same thing with text. Now it's going to let you know if you don't have any phone numbers based off of the leads that you've highlighted. Very much the same thing. If you have a template, and I'll show you where the templates come into play, all you have to do is select the template that you want to send out. You see the message, and if you want to include an MLS ID, you would do that right there, and boom, you're sending out the text. It is really that quick. Now, there's more actions that you can do. Let's just say you started a campaign and you want to recategorize all of the leads that just came in for that day. You just highlight all of the leads that came in, you add a hashtag, and then they're in an automation. So that's something that we'll also see here today. So you can add all the tasks. Let's just say all the leads that came in today, I want to add a task to call them later on in the week. You see change status, transfer contacts, share contacts, archive, all this stuff. So really, all this is pretty cool, but what I want to draw your attention to is how to delete people en masse and how to export people en masse. So if these are the people that you want to do whatever, let's just say you want to download all of your leads and you would select them and then you would export. So if you go to export contacts, it's going to tell you where you want to send them, and then you just export and you're off and running. All right, so that is a little bit of the quick actions. Over here you have the amount of rows, so you saw that I highlighted 20 because there was 20 rows. But let's just say you wanted to target a certain type of lead that came in. Let's just say they were all buyers or prospects or sellers, whatever the case may be. You just go up here to the filter and then go based off of the if they're a new lead, if they're an active lead, if they're a client, contract closed. So however you're categorizing your leads, you're able to filter those leads from that. So if you just wanted to say that, all right, and then assign users, lead details, and again, I'm going through here how you the most value that we can provide today is show you where you can go to find the answers. It's not me here reading it to you, for the most part. And then you have the buyers. You just apply the filter. Well, let me go to behavior, so you see that you can also filter based off of behaviors. See all the different things that you can do, and I'll pause on certain items that do make sense. So if you know the property that they're interested in or the range that they're interested in, so you're just going to apply filters, and then this is going to change for the better. So these are the filters that you've selected. Now let's just say, all right, now I've done what I needed to do with this search. Now I just need to clear out my filters, and boom, you're back to everything. Now let me go in here and select a lead. Let's just say right here. This is what a profile is going to look like. So going from left to right, you see, I didn't collect a phone number in this case, so this is an agent. So you have add a phone number right there. If they have any alerts set up, or if you have them on any campaigns, if they requested a market report, seller reports, if they're on a hashtag that you've allocated to that particular lead that came in. So hashtags are a way to automate your email drips and your text drips. So it's a trigger point to launch everything, and I'll show you what that looks like under the smart campaigns, which is another way of saying drip campaigns. All right, so that's what you see on the left hand side, and then if you want to see the level of hotness, if you will, how great the call went or didn't go, then you can see these little star rating systems. All right, and then you see the needs action, inbound activity, property views, incoming touches. So it gives you the activity, how engaged this lead is. And if you can select based off of alerts, so set up some alerts. If you have some files, so if you want to upload something important about that lead. And now since I don't have a phone number, I can't send a text or a call, but I can send an email. I can add a note, and I can add a core video, which is basically bomb integrated into the kvCORE system. So this is what a profile looks like. You can send an email very quickly. Again, you can just select a template that you have, or just write out a template, write an email from scratch. So we're just going to close that. Alrighty, so now let's go over to listings. When we hit listings, you're going to see another filter, so you can select based off of your own listings. So if you want to just highlight your listings and send them out to all of your leads, you can do that. The agency listings, so your broker. If you wanted to do anything else that you wanted, even draw a map. When you go right here, draw a map to all of the listings that are showing up. So this is directly connected to your MLS. So whenever you integrate or onboard with kvCORE, it's going to ask you to provide that information. And you're able to select based off of price range and all of that other fun stuff. So you can apply the filters right here. And then you have a quick list of properties that are in the MLS that match the filter that you just requested. All right, so again, we're going to select everything, and then you see email listings. You can select all of that list that you just selected, and you can send it to whoever you want, right? So we're going to close that. Text listings, same thing. We're not going to worry about boost properties. So let's just go into one of these listings right here, and I'll show you what you can do to market your business and be found. So this is a listing that is being fed from your MLS into kvCORE. And then this right here, this direct link, this automatically has created a single property website for you. So as I open up another tab, you're going to notice that this property already has my contact information. Actually, I'm already logged into as a user, but it's going to have my contact information there already. So this is a single property website. It shares everything that it needs to share to be compliant, meaning it'll say who the actual listing agent is down here. So you see the listing agent right there. Notice that it's not clickable, so that is awesome because the only clickable features are you. So again, this is a great way to just send a property information to a lead that they may be interested in. They call you, hey, I'd like to learn more about 8101 Young Court. Great, let me send you an email, and it'll have all of the pertinent information. Now, you can send them the email, or you can just send them the link. If you have their phone number to text them, you can send it via text. You can add it to their saved search. You can email it to a hashtag. So again, a hashtag is a way to categorize leads. Or you can just post it directly to Facebook if you want. So if you want to post it on Facebook, hey, listing of the day, that's a great strategy. I have a full video on this aspect right here on how to generate leads. So I'll make sure that I list it up here so you see that, because we're just going through all of the features as quickly as possible so you see the range. But that's this right here. I spent about 15 minutes just showing you all the strategies that you can use to leverage this technology to get some leads. So we don't have time to really dig into that today, so I'll encourage you to check that out. But know that this is available. And you can even post it on Craigslist. And you see right there, it automatically goes to Craigslist, and it's going to tell me, or it's going to allow me to select where I want to post. So let's just say Dallas, and then boom, it fills everything out for me. So it is super easy to do. All right, so that's what a listing looks like. And again, if you want more strategies on how to actually leverage this and generate some leads, then check out that video that I referenced earlier, and I'll link it down below as well. So marketing autopilot, this really trips people up the most whenever they're getting started with kvCORE. They get confused between marketing autopilot and lead engine. So just think of it this way. Marketing autopilot is more about conversion. It's more about following up with your leads. And then the lead engine is more about generating leads. So I'll show you what that looks like here momentarily. The most common tool that you're going to use with marketing autopilot, so this section right here, is going to be the smart campaign. So remember, smart campaigns is like your drip campaigns. You can send out emails, you can send out text. You're able to do that on autopilot. So whenever I was talking about templates, when we were sending out emails a little while ago, I was referencing to templates right here. You can add a template. It can be an email, a text, a task template, a call template, and a webhook. So you can do that over here. You can just create it. Let's just say I want to create an email, and boom, this will become a text template. I'm sorry, an email template. And notice that include signature is right there. So that's why it's very important that how we started this tutorial up here by going to the profile and setting up our email signature. It's very important that you do that, because you see that it's pulling that information, so you don't have to put Jaime Resendiz and then put your phone number and put your email and then put all the information every single time. It's done for you automatically on every single template that you create. All right, so that's your template. And then if you were going to create its own campaign where you send out emails, where you send out text, as soon as somebody sends in their contact information, you would just create a campaign right here. And remember when I talked about the hashtags? This is what I was talking about. So whenever somebody moves to a hashtag, you can start the campaign with a certain hashtag. So this is the trigger point. So if you're running ads on Facebook and you're advertising new builds, you can just put new build as your hashtag, put that right here. You can see I have several hashtags right here. As soon as that hashtag is triggered through a lead that comes in, then boom, the emails and the texts go out automatically. So I have another full video on how to do email drip campaigns, so I'll make sure that I link it up here. We don't have time to do that as well, but just understand that there's a lot of things that you can do from that respect. All right, so let's just go over here and close this up. The different campaigns that I have going on. All right, so we're going to go to, we're going to go back to marketing autopilot. You see search listings are the most critical way to communicate with your leads. So with search alerts, you set them up right here so people can be notified when a property comes due. So we're not going to go through that, but just know that you can do some safe searches. Behavioral automation, automate communication based off of lead behavior. So this is pretty cool, where you can set up the behavior alert. So anytime a lead becomes new, or anytime you assign one to be a prospect, whatever the case may be, you have some automated behaviors that get triggered. So let's just say a new lead comes in, you send them their safe search that they wanted, or whatever information that they were requesting, and you have this on and also this on right here. A lead reactivates after 14 days. Revisits after 14 days. So let's just say you send out that email, and then after 14 days they come back and check out a property that they once had looked at through your link. If they revisit your website, an automated text and an automated email go out. So you see the preview right here of what would be sent out. I'm glad you were able to spend a bit of time on my site again. It looks like you're doing a different search, blah, blah, blah. So you see that this is done automatically. This is automated behavioral, let me rephrase that, behavioral automation, where that is done for you. So you see behavioral automation are actions we take based on the behavior of your contacts. These automations help you more effectively use the system. If turned on, we will alert you in your daily email when one of these actions has occurred. So you see that right there. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So again, just make sure that you have all the behavioral based off of contact status that you want. So you know that the behaviors are responding as they should, and you can toggle these on and off. That's pretty cool to have. We're going to go back to marketing autopilot, lead validation. Lead validation is basically telling you that we will do our best to validate in a lead that comes in based off of public information like emails and emails and phone numbers. But it's a great way to see the validity of the email and their contact information, so it gives you more of the lead strength. So it works a good amount of the time, but if they give you a wrong email, then there's no way that it's going to validate that. So there's that. kvCORE mobile app is the native mobile app to run your business on the go. So the mobile dialer you see right there just gives you how to use that, which you're going to download your mobile app. And whenever you're doing calling sessions, it's advisable to do it through the app. So get on your app, open it up, and then click on the phone number to call from there, because as soon as you hang up from that call, it's going to ask you, did you leave a voicemail? Did you have a conversation? And you're going to be asked to put in notes. That way you don't have to remember to come back here and do it. It will automatically sync. So let me repeat that. In your app, make sure that if you're calling, you open up your app and you call from there. That is very important because, again, you want a healthy CRM with all of the notes in one place, and that's a great way for you to keep up with it. Schedule mass emails. Now, you may be thinking, well, you just showed me how to do bulk emails. What are you talking about scheduling mass emails? This is a way to send an email to everybody in your database. If you were to have done the bulk emails, there's a limit. I don't remember exactly what the number is of how many emails you can send at once. It could be 30 or it could be 40, or I could be wrong on both of those, but just know that that's not a tool back here. This is not a tool for you to use to send an email to your entire database. It's just not going to work that way. So marketing autopilot, this is where you want to schedule an email to everybody. So you just schedule an email right there, schedule an email, and then you select who you want to receive the email. So if you want to select a certain hashtag, you would select hashtags right there and then select it. If you want a certain status, so if these are brand new leads or a prospect, whoever it is, this is where you would schedule it, and then you're off to the races. So this is a great way for you to stay in contact with everybody. That's how you schedule mass emails. So reach out to everyone. Birthdays and anniversaries, send automated texts and emails on your contacts' birthdays and their anniversary of purchase. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure that you have their dates input correctly, and send the personalized message straight to the client's voicemail inbox. So this is basically ringless voicemail. So we've all received those types of calls where we see that somebody called, but we don't have an opportunity to click over and actually answer it because they went straight to our voicemail. And that's what you have the ability to do here as well. And then Core Concierge, real humans follow up with your leads. You can explore that. It's a bit expensive for my taste, but you get to you have somebody through kvCORE and their partners. They do your lead follow up for you. So essentially, it's like having an assistant, if you will. But I'll let you explore that at your leisure. All right. So all that what we just discussed was on the marketing autopilot was staying in front of your leads that are already here, all of your database. Now, Lead Engine is about going out and getting more leads. So landing pages, you have the ability to create landing pages. So you just select your domain, start building right here, and you just say, let's just say I want a video in my landing page. You change that URL up and you're off to the races. You just create the URL and boom, you're done. All right, so the reason I'm going through this pretty fast, again, is because I have another video. I have several videos on this topic, so we're not going to spend too much time going through the nitty-gritty of it. Just know that you're able to create landing pages very effectively and easy. Now, you also have the ability to create squeeze pages. Now, you may be thinking, well, Jaime, what in the world is the difference between the landing page and squeeze page? I thought they were the same. In most cases, they are. In most cases, they are used interchangeably. However, in kvCORE, landing pages have to do with you offering anything other than a property. So if you're offering, let's just say, a quick sheet or a quick reference guide or whatever it is, that's when you're going to use a landing page. Now, if you're using a property as the hook, so I want to send you a list of homes under $300,000, then you're using a squeeze page. So basically anything that has to do with a home or property, you're using a squeeze page. So when you click here and you start building, you see that you can use multi-property. So basically have a saved search that you can use as your lead magnet or as a way for somebody to give you their contact information in exchange for the safe search. Going back to that previous example of offering a list of homes under $300,000 in a certain neighborhood. You can design it how you want right here. Single properties. This is something that you kind of already saw whenever we were at the listings tab. You're able to create a single property post, single property website based off of the MLS ID. And you can also select, hey, I want you to register, meaning I want you to give me your contact information immediately. I'm not gonna let you look at this single property until you do, or if you don't care, you can just put never. You never have to register, generate the link, and then boom, you have a single property website. So this is something that you already kind of saw over on the listings. This just gives you the flexibility of asking for a registration or not ask for registration. Seller squeeze page, get seller leads by offering an instant market report. So this is something that you can offer for listing or seller leads, offering a market report in a certain area. All right, and okay, so market report, build a market report to share on social media. So this is more of a push instead of a pull. So this is something that you can create a market report and just have it available to the people. Over here, you're collecting contact information. Basically, you're using it as a lead magnet to pull leads in. This is more of a push where you generate the market report and just make it available to the general public. That's the difference. Alright, so as a reminder, we're right here on the lead engine. We're designed to go out and get some leads. And then get more leads. Our expert marketers drive paid leads from Google, Facebook, and more. Now you can go through their services if you want. It's going to cost you. That's an extra cost. If you're looking at doing that, then absolutely go explore it. I have I'm going to withhold my opinion of their effectiveness because I personally have not used them. I know some other agents have, but I personally have not used them. The agents that partner with me at EXP, so as a reminder, EXP gives you kvCORE for free. The agents that partner with me, I and my agency, we actually do their lead generation for them. So what we do is use a lot of the same tools that kvCORE creates or has available to us, and we use that and integrate that to Facebook advertising and Google advertising and YouTube advertising for the agents that I personally sponsor at EXP. So if you're interested in joining EXP and you want your lead generation solved forever for free, then let me know. And you wouldn't even have to use this, which is an actual expense where they charge. So again, I'm gonna reserve my judgment on what their services look like, outside of they do cost money and I have never used them. So there you go. Lead Dropbox. All right, so Lead Dropbox. Oh, and by the way, on the if you are interested in partnering with me at EXP, if you're looking at EXP and want kvCORE and want everything else that comes with EXP, I'll link down below some additional information on how I can make that happen. All right, so Lead Dropbox. Sync any lead source right into your kvCORE platform. So choose the lead source right here. And many times you're going to be using Zapier to do a lot of connections online. So if you are integrating, let's just say Facebook into kvCORE, you can do that through here. Zapier is going to ask you for a key. This is where you go to get that key. Same thing with Zillow. If you're paying for Zillow leads, they're going to ask for a key. If you want to directly import all the leads that come in through Zillow instead of you getting them in email and then you have to upload them manually, you're able to do that direct integration right here. And then you have API tokens, so we're not going to worry about that right now, but something that's pretty cool. Whenever you email a lead or contact, just BCC the address below to make sure the email is captured in kvCORE. So it's a way to automate a little bit more of your business. And there's that email right there. It's going to be unique to you, so please don't use the one that you saw right there because it's not going to work. All right, so there we go. This is where you would go to get your APIs, so you can do direct syncs from wherever you want to do them from. So that would be through Zapier. And if this is foreign to you, that's okay. That is fantastic. That is completely okay. Just know that it's a way to directly connect kvCORE to a lot of platforms out there that you're using. Call capture. Use your smartphone number for smart advertising. So this is a way for you to leverage the phone number that is allocated to you through kvCORE. If you're part of a larger brokerage, just know that that smartphone number is round robin to everybody in your brokerage. So don't think that that's just yours. Unless you buy your own, which buying your own, I don't remember exactly what the cost is per month, but it does cost you money to have your own smartphone number. And that smartphone number, that will identify that lead that was already in your database and will sync it up to you. So what that means, if you're part of a larger brokerage and you already have Jaime Resendiz in your database, the moment that Jaime Resendiz calls you, it would be routed straight to you. That's what the smart feature means. So the smartphone number, although it's shared by your entire brokerage, doesn't mean that your leads are going to go to somebody else. That means that if they call that smartphone number, they're going to be routed to you. The downside to that is when you're getting new leads, well, that lead is not already in your CRM. So there's no way for it to be routed to you directly. So that means that it'll be round robin. So just be aware of that. The way that I like to use call capture is when you get started right here, you can create your own custom text, and then you can have an automated email go out. So you can automated text go out. So you can have people text your smartphone number, and you create a custom text code right here. Let's just say test 123. You can assign an MLS to automatically be. You can assign a property to be automatically responded back. Let me rephrase that completely. Let's just go with an example because I'm having a hard time getting that. Let's just say you have a sign writer out there that says text ABC to, and then your smartphone number. If you program ABC here, you automate the response back. Hey, if they texted that, that means that they're in front of the property and want to receive additional information on that property. So all you have to do is put the MLS ID here, and the automatic response is, hey, here's the single property website, have at it. So that's how the smartphone number works. It's a pretty cool system, so check it out. All right, so we're going to go back to lead engine. This is call capture, bulk import. This is where you import your leads. You can do it yourself, or you can ask kvCORE to do it. So you can let them handle it or do it yourself. They'll teach you how to do both. That's the lead engine. CMA builder, build your CMAs. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Pitch sheet, generate a pitch sheet for potential listings to show the power of your buyer database. This is great at tracking FISBOs, expires, and closing more listing appointments. This one I personally have not used, so I'm very I need to come back and see what this is about because this is relatively new. So just check that out. Millions Mapped helps you take back control. So check this out. You know that your clients are searching for their new home on their mobile device. If they aren't doing it through your app, you are losing valuable insights into what they're looking for. Use the links below to download Millions Map on your iOS and provide your clients access by sending them your app. It's your app. So a long way of saying that. So Millions Map is your app, so your clients can start using your own app instead of going to Zillow, going to Trulia, going to Realtor.com. Open house app, so whenever you're doing open houses, you can download this to your iPad or to your phone and then ask people to sign up right there. The beauty of that is that they're giving you their information and it's automatically going to be updated and synced up whenever you have Wi-Fi access. So a lot of the questions that come up is, hey, I don't have email access. I'm not gonna have Wi-Fi access at the open house, and this doesn't have a data plan. Don't worry, it'll save it, and then once you do get to a Wi-Fi spot, then you can just sync it. So people will register their contact information into your kvCORE directly. And then learn how to host a virtual open house with kvCORE. So we're not gonna dig too much into that, but you can check that out on your own time, and then throw your sellers and get more leads from your listings with Property Boost. This goes back to the kind of like get more leads aspect. I have not used that. I have heard of agents using it, but again, I'm going to withhold I'm going to withhold judgment on what they told me and didn't tell me. So transactions, when you hit transactions, this is actually required. For this to actually show up, it requires something else from Marketplace. So you need to have, I believe you need to pay for, where are we? E-commission in order for your transactions to show up. I believe that's the trick there. So there's no button here that says add a transaction. So it's not like you can add a transaction right here and then go on your way. I believe the correct one here that you need to sign up for, which is a paid service, is through e-commissions, and then it syncs up in transactions. So it's not like I'm going to create a transaction here and then I'm going to manage it from kvCORE. You would need that other widget that I just shared with you. All right, so website and IDX. When we are looking at the IDX and your website, what you want to do is you're going to edit your settings as quickly as possible. So edit it how you want. So you can adjust the background image. You could do secondary logo, hide resources. So again, all of this is something that you can check out at your own time. But what I want to show you is the custom header. A lot of the questions come up of where does my Facebook pixel go? Right here in the custom header. This is where you want your Facebook pixel to go. This is where you want your G tag to go, so Google tag to come here. So in your custom header, this is where you go. So again, going back to web and IDX, you're going to go to edit right there as soon as it pops up. So edit settings, and then you're going to go down to the header. So let me go back. That is how you get there. And then there's a lot of add-on options. The only other thing that I want to show you here is the template that you use. You can go to Site Editor and select the template that you want your website to look like. So you have it right here. So this is what it looks like. This is what my website looks like. Alrighty, so when it comes to site content, you can come in here and connect your Zillow reviews, or add your own testimonials. If you have a blog, you can upload your blog here, your post. If you want to do some different embeds, you do that right there. And if you have some widgets, you can see the different widgets that you can add. Now, careful here before going all crazy. Your kvCORE team will have set up your website to where it works. So there's a lot of the things that they set you up with from the get-go. So whenever you start adding widgets, you're running a chance at screwing up the coding that they've already done. So just be careful with that. I know that the homework default widget sounds awesome, but if it throws something off, just be aware of that. All right, so let's go to Marketplace. Marketplace is the preferred vendors that integrate with kvCORE. So there's so many different things that you can do and integrate with, but the only one that I want to draw your attention to right now is API Nation. API Nation is the free way for you to integrate your Facebook lead generation campaigns into kvCORE. So that means whenever you launch a Facebook lead generation campaign on kvCORE, once you're getting leads, they're going to go straight into kvCORE if you use API Nation. Per usual, I have a video that will teach you how to integrate that, and I'll link it right here. Now, API Nation, that is a free way to connect the two. Previously, I mentioned to you up here in the lead engine, I showed you Zapier. Zapier works as well. Just understand Zapier costs money after a certain amount of zaps. I believe it's 100 zaps or tasks per month. So after 100 tasks or 100 leads, it'll start charging you if you connect through Zapier. I personally connect through Zapier for everything that I do, but I have an enterprise account, and that costs a lot of money. So way more for my comfort than I'm comfortable with. But there's just so many different parts of my business that I've automated, so it just makes sense for me to have my connections there instead of going through API Nation. But a lot of the agents, actually 99% of the agents that I partner with at EXP, so the ones that we do their lead generation for, we do the connection through API Nation because it's free for them. So it just makes sense for them. Very few will actually have a Zapier account that we integrate through there, but it's a matter of choice at that point. And then business analytics, you're going to have the typical percentages of, hey, what's working in my business or not. So you see the source performance, where you're driving in leads from. So depending on how detailed you are on identifying the sources, this is what's going to show up. kvCORE activity, so you can see how many calls, how many X, Y, and Z's. Customer interest, all of this stuff. So as you can see, I don't use this all that much when it comes to the business analytics or the sources through here. So full disclosure, at this point, I've moved my entire, this is going crazy. At this point, I've used all of my email drips. I'm using Aweber for all of my email sends because I like their reporting a lot better. I like their automations a lot better. I like their templates a lot better. But kvCORE is a robust system nonetheless. I'm not trying to dog kvCORE before my business and helping real estate agents and how I do my business. It makes sense to be over in Aweber for my email marketing. So that's why you don't see as much activity on the business analytics, because my business at this point is helping real estate agents. So all of the emails that go out, that's being done through Aweber. So that's why the business analytics isn't as robust as it had been in the past. All right, so the rest of it, support center, is pretty self-explanatory. You go there to ask questions, and I'm covering up the chat box. So you would come here to start a conversation with kvCORE, and they'll open up a ticket and get you moving. So this is how you leverage kvCORE. This is a phenomenal platform. It has landing pages, it has single property websites, it has email marketing, text marketing, it has your website, it has an IDX. It's got so many different tools that it is a phenomenal CRM for your real estate business that you absolutely want to leverage. Well, now you know how to get started with kvCORE and leverage it for your business. It's time to get back to business. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.